Money stress can cloud your judgment, and scammers know it. Tonight, how fear and too good to be true offers can put your wallet at risk. A major airline shutdown left travelers scrambling for refunds, rebookings, and answers. Next, what Spirit customers should know now and how to protect your next trip. And it's prom season. Don't get duped or blinded by beading on a flashy-looking website. We'll help you avoid prom dress scams. Welcome to the Watchdog, where we protect consumers, share warnings and alerts, and help you save money. I'm Jen Pachano. With summer vacations around the corner, a major airline shutdown has left some travelers scrambling for refunds, rebookings, and answers. Spirit Airlines canceled all flights earlier this month after announcing it was winding down operations. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Carice Jackman spoke with travelers caught in the fallout and has what flyers should know before their next trip.
I never, ever would have thought that an airline would just up and one day just go out of business without warning.
Romisha Burton needed an affordable flight from Texas to Georgia to help her daughter move. After asking social media which airline was best, she booked with Spirit.
It was $125. So I was like, okay, I'm good.
Everything was set for her May 8th flight until
one morning I got a lot of messages and I opened up one and it said Spirit is gone out of business. And I'm like, is this for real?
Yuri Kunza from Nashville was also caught off guard. He says he often relied on Spirit to travel between Tennessee and Peru to visit his mother.
There was this ice storm that had impacted us. I opted to buy an additional ticket knowing that I still could cancel and then keep the value.
Now he's unsure if he'll ever get any money back. Spirit says customers who book directly with a credit card or debit card should get automatic refunds. But if you book through a third party, contact that company directly. And for vouchers, credits, or points, compensation will be handled through bankruptcy. Teresa Murray, consumer watchdog at US PIRG, says the effects could reach beyond Spirit customers.
So bottom line, planes are going to be more full. The airlines are already under pressure because of rising jet fuel costs, but certainly having one of the 10 largest airlines no longer in business may give the other 9 airlines cushion to go ahead and raise their prices.
If you had a Spirit flight and still need to rebook, the DOT says several airlines offer limited time help for impacted customers.
Take a look at things from our point of view. Maybe you should talk to more real people that are out here living everyday life.
With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
Murray also recommends booking directly with the airline when you can instead of using a third-party ticket site. She says if there's a cancellation, schedule change, or refund issue, it can be easier to work directly with the airline that sold you the tickets. Well, with prom season in full swing, scammers are dressing up fake websites to look like the perfect place to buy that dream dress. Consumer experts say a few simple checks before you click the buy could save shoppers from a costly fashion nightmare.
It's prom season and everybody is looking for that perfect dress. But the Better Business Bureau warns you pause before making that purchase.
These are websites that look absolutely gorgeous.
And they often have whimsical names, painting the perfect prom picture.
They're putting some sort of a story with it, like it's a family-owned business.
Making it seem like you're buying from a legitimate boutique. Visa's risk department is seeing the same trend.
Teens, unfortunately, are getting directed towards scammy, fraudulent merchant websites where they see steep discounts and unfortunately they are being duped.
So what are the red flags?
If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Number 2, you want to look out for the return policy.
If the return policy is vague or the contact information is unclear, chances are you may never receive the dress you were expecting. Another thing to watch out for, non-traditional payment requests, like sending money through peer-to-peer payment apps.
Visa has that zero liability protection.
Scammers are also preying on your emotions, hoping you'll make a quick purchase before you stop to think.
You don't want to be the victim of a bait and switch website.
Experts say they're also seeing an increase in the use of AI to create these websites. Their advice? Reverse search the dress to see whether the same photos appear on other websites at vastly different prices. And if there's a physical address for the store, use Google Street View to see if the location actually exists. In New York, Masa Saidi, CBS News.
New data from OmniSend says porch piracy hit Ohio hard last year with 9.7 million thefts, costing residents an estimated $495 million. That puts us at number 8 nationwide for package theft. So nationwide, Americans lost more than $12 billion from 228 million stolen packages in 2025, according to FBI crime data and a consumer survey. So here in Ohio, 9.7 million packages were swiped. That's 30% of Ohio households that reported package theft in the last year. So that comes out to an average of 2 thefts per household, above the U.S. average. The average cost of those stolen packages is about $56. So who's paying for it? Retailers. 62% of victims get a refund or replacement when a package is stolen at a cost of more than $300 million to those retailers. 61% of those stolen packages come from Amazon. Well, how much auto loan debt are you carrying? A new report reveals Americans are now carrying a record $1.68 trillion in auto loan debt, with monthly payments soaring nearly 40% since 2018. The report from CareEdge says the average monthly car payment has climbed to roughly $680, with some estimates nearing $760 per month. Meanwhile, more borrowers are taking on 7-year loans or longer just to afford transportation, and subprime delinquencies reaching their highest levels now in more than 3 decades. Subprime auto delinquencies now more common than at any point in 32 years, with a record number of borrowers falling more than 60 days behind on payments. Well, many experts say financial stress can lead to vulnerability, making you more susceptible to scams. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Rachel DePompa finds out how worries over money can lead to even more stressful situations.
Several Bankrate surveys show Americans are worried about money right now, whether it's not having enough in an emergency fund or just struggling under the weight of inflation. Sarah Foster with Bankrate says rising prices are taking a toll mentally on Americans, and that's leaving many vulnerable to scams.
We've actually seen research that suggests that it's the most financially vulnerable Americans who are more likely to fall for fraud. And what I think that kind of shows is that when you are stressed and worried about money, it almost kind of makes it harder for you to think long term and make decisions. And you're more likely to maybe be led down impulsive or emotional ones.
Foster says it goes both ways, too. There's even research to suggest when the economy feels tough, more people might commit fraud because they're worried about making ends meet. She says if you're feeling stress, you need to acknowledge it and slow down before making any big decisions.
But scammers are really preying on your financial strain and your stress, and they're wanting to take advantage of it. So don't really let that stress be an extra tax on your money. I think scammers really try to cash in on that fear, and they try to sell you hope too.
If a deal through email, text, or over the phone sounds too good to be true, it likely is. Be wary of any unsolicited offers and be careful when you look for help online. Make sure that you are on a real and trusted website. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Well, attention Costco shoppers, 8 people have been hurt by a seasonal product you may have on your porch. Welcome back to the Watchdog. I'm Jen Pachano, and we are ready for our Ask the Scam Squad portion of this week's show. This is where we talk about real cases, real victims here, people's real money and life savings at stake. We bring in members of the Cuyahoga County Scam Squad organizations that are working every day to investigate fraud and help try and make victims whole again. We have Special Agent Pat Koth with us again today. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So phantom hacking sounds pretty scary. What is that? And what have you found here in our backyard that is happening to people?
So phantom hacking is the number 3 fraud that we see across the country.
Wow.
And I would say here locally today. It's actually one of many types of frauds that are being perpetrated overseas. This one primarily emanating out of India.
Okay.
So what the phantom hacking scam is, and again, there's different variations to it, but you'll get a pop-up on your computer, or you'll get an email or some notification asking, did you authorize this purchase, right? I get them all the time. I get them from eBay. I get them from
your husband or wife is like, were you shopping on this site? Okay.
Yeah, it's like, and then written all over the email or all over the pop-up, the pop-up being, hey, we've detected a virus.
Yeah.
Call Microsoft support or call Norton Antivirus. And what they'll do is they'll post a phone number either all over the email or all over the pop-up to get some type of support. When you call that number, you're calling the scammers overseas at a call center in India. And they're going to answer the phone, and depending on what script they're using, again, so it's either an unauthorized financial transaction.
They all have a playbook.
They do. They all have a playbook. This is a job to them. This is a 9-to-5 job to them. This is how they make their life's work. And what they'll do is they will convince you that you're the victim of a hacking. And then they're going to start building confidences in you by handing the phone to somebody else or having somebody else contact you. And not only have you been hacked, but now your accounts are compromised. Now your identity's compromised. Now your identity is associated with a criminal investigation from the FBI.
And this is all super alarming stuff. It's this sense of urgency that you hear about all the time. It's the this is an emergency. This is alarming stuff.
Yes, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, again, your money is in trouble. Your livelihood's in trouble. Yeah, it's threatening. You yourself are in trouble.
Yeah.
We're going to come arrest you because we think you're involved with the cartels, something of that nature. And again, what they do is they build confidence by making you feel, like you said, these threats are real, and they're trying to help you. But they keep handing off to different people who, again, have not asked you for anything at this point.
Okay.
But they keep building upon this story. And this is over days. It's over weeks trying to get to the bottom of this, till eventually what they're going to say is, we need to secure your funds. We are going to send someone to your house. That's typically what we see with the phantom hacking scam.
So there's a physical courier involved.
There is a physical courier involved, which is scary to a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. To think about somebody who's right in front of you.
Absolutely.
You know, victimizing you.
That isn't an actual law enforcement agent. And you're gonna get all of your money out in cash, or you're gonna get it out in gold, which I know you've covered a few stories about the gold.
Yeah.
And what happens is you're going to drop that money off to them. They're going to give you a receipt as if it's from the U.S. government, saying that we're securing this for you. And when we figure out what's going on behind all this, hey, you're going to get your money back with interest. And that money is long gone. So that's what we see with the phantom hacking. Again, they're saying that your computer has been hacked when in fact it hasn't. And what they've actually done is they've had you click a few buttons on your computer, which has given the bad guy control of your computer screen, and they manipulate it to make it look like something nefarious is actually going on. It's a huge scam. We call it the tech we call it the tech impersonation scam, government impersonation scam, phantom hacking. Again, they're all just different scripts.
Same song, different verse.
Absolutely.
Kind of thing.
It's all the same thing. We're looking at about $3 billion in losses here in the United States in 2025 to that scam.
Incredible. And there was just 8 defendants who were sentenced.
Yes.
Which is
here
great.
in Northern Ohio.
Right here in Northern Ohio.
Yep.
All right. So if this is something that sounds familiar to people, like, hey, hang on, somebody did reach out to me this way. Sure. I did deal with a courier who I thought took my money. What do they need to do?
Same thing that we tell everyone, right? We want you to contact your local law enforcement, and we want you to contact us at the FBI. So again, it's one of those things where we say IC3, which is, India Charlie, the number 3 .gov, and that is the Internet Crime Complaint Center, where you can file that complaint with us. And everything that happens here in Northern Ohio that goes through IC3 eventually comes to the FBI Cleveland office for us to take a look at it. It's not a black hole. It's a central repository. That's where we get all these great stats, these terrifying stats, unfortunately. But it allows us to action all of these complaints. And we have been successful. Like you said, we arrested and convicted 8 individuals in regards to one of these phantom hacking scams. And that was
just one of them, right?
Just one of them, to the tune of millions of dollars.
Right.
And I don't even know how many victims we got up to in that one. But I get calls every single week about these types of scams from across the country. So Cleveland, I would gladly say leads the country in investigating these scams. And field
you wish you
offices,
didn't have to.
I know, but
right.
But it's it's humbling that people look to us for our expertise, because over the past several years, the great case example that you gave us, we've built up a great kind of scheme of our own to combat these.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. All right. So tips.fbi.gov if you need to let them know, or IC3. Reach out for sure.
IC3.gov, or again, call your local police departments. We have great relationship with our locals. Westlake PD had a great hit a few weeks back on one of these scammers with the gold, and they did a knockout job with it. So we work really great with our local partners as well.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Well, new grads are stepping into the real world, and money habits start mattering fast. Coming up, the simple moves that can help them build credit, save early, and avoid costly mistakes. Your new graduate leaving high school or college, they are stepping into the real world now, right? And their money habits are about to matter more than ever. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Rachel DePompa shows you the simple moves new grads can make to get their finances in order.
If you have a student about to graduate high school or college, there may be some money moves to help them make, or at least think about. John Kiernan, the managing editor at the personal finance company Wallet Hub, says it's really important for a student to have their own bank account and to know how to use a debit card. Help them practice budgeting.
You all should also at least become an authorized user on a parent's credit card if you're not already. This will help you start building credit, and it will give you a way to pay for emergency expenses if they come up.
Kiernan says that card access would only be for emergencies and not to, say, buy the entire dorm pizza. He also says teach them how to set up automatic payments for any bills. You should also help them start saving for an emergency fund. Aim to set aside at least 10% of your take-home pay. And if a company offers a 401k plan, teach them how to use it and make sure they don't leave free money on the table if the company offers a match. Teaching them to be frugal and to live below their means could instill the lifelong skill of saving money. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Now to our recall roundup. A recall alert for patio swings sold at Costco has been issued. The recall involves this brand, AGO Menlo woven patio swings. But here's what's scary. The swing seat can come apart from the frame when you use it. 8 people have been hurt so far. More than 18,000 of these were sold between February and March. So if you have one, you should stop using it and contact the company for a free repair kit. And a 19 recall alert for this MG217 eczema cream you see on your screen here. The FDA says it may be contaminated with staph bacteria, and using it could give you a severe or even life-threatening infection. The 6-ounce tubes were sold online on Amazon and have an expiration date of November of this year. Now, there are no reports of anybody getting sick from this, but if you do have this cream, throw it away. If you've used any of it and notice any skin reactions, talk to your doctor. And Generac Power Systems is expanding its recall of its electric start pressure washers. The start-stop button can actually malfunction and the machine can start all by itself. That would be scary, right? These were sold at major home improvement stores nationwide, including Menards, Home Depot, and Amazon. Contact Generac to arrange for a free repair at your dealer's location. Well, that's it for this episode of The Watchdog here on 19 News Plus. Every week, we bring you the latest scam alerts, fraud reports, recalls, and trending consumer news each Wednesday at 6:30. This week, we're doing it at 8 o'clock because of Cavs coverage. If you want to watch previous Scam Squad stories, you can find them on cleveland19.com under the News tab. I'm Jen Pachano. Thanks for watching.